the 16th wajib we mentioned, the takbir of Qunoot. Okay, the Qunoot in Witr is wajib. Okay, Qunoot and the takbir of Qunoot is sunnah. For Ahnaf, they say if you forget Qunoot in your Witr, you must do sajda sahu. And if you leave it intentionally, your Witr is not done. Because any wajib left intentionally, it will invalidate your salah. Okay? But if you notice, the other madhahib, they don't recognize takbir before Qunoot. And sometimes people are very harsh and they say, well, there is no daleel for it. I think there is daleel for it. People should be a little bit lenient. Firstly, the madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa, their more, the mu'tamad books are known, the 6 books called Zahir al-Riwaya, written by Imam Muhammad, one of the students, Muhaddith, and these books of hadith, they are the first marja' for the first place to look for the Hanafi madhab. That was written in the 2nd century mainly, and before the time of Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. And that's why you find the madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa, because he came before, Imam Abu Hanifa maybe started giving fatwa in year 120. After his teacher Hamad, he started giving, and this is when the fiqh of Imam Abu Hanifa became a thing. And he made fiqh into a knowledge instead of just someone giving a fatwa. He made rules for it that look, because of this will happen. And this methodology of fiqh started from there. Okay. Later on, Imam Shafi, he took it further, and the ulama, they kept on working on it. But this is, if you look at the madhab, it is possible that someone finds that the riwayat Imam Abu Hanifa and his followers take, you may not find them in Bukhari and Muslim. It doesn't mean they don't exist. Not everything exists in the Sahih of Imam Bukhari. Now, they do take some ahadith which we don't have very good sanad for, but there are some ahadith which are very good. For example, this mas'ala, it links on to the other mas'ala as well. The mas'ala of not raising your hand after the takbir of ihram. The first, when they come up from ruku, they don't raise their hand. And this comes because of the hadith of Ibn Abi Layla. Now, Ibn Abi Layla, he is a weak narrator. His hifz is, the ulama, they don't take from him. And he is the only one, tafarrada bihadhi riwaya. That's a problematic hadith. But nevertheless, there are many people have narrated it. But it's always come from the same person. So this hadith is not very acceptable. Well, it's not acceptable really, if you be honest. The hadith is لا ترفع الأيدي إلا في 7 مواطن. There are hadith which says ترفع الأيدي في 7 مواطن. The hands are raised in 7 places, but this narrator, he says لا ترفع إلا في 7 مواطن. And he says, look, he says تكبيرة الافتتاح, the first takbir, تكبيرة القنوت, takbir of Qunoot, and then takbirat of Eidain, and then 4 other places for Hajj. When we come to Hajj, maybe we'll discuss it then. But these 3 which are more for the Salah, the Takbiratul Iftitah, no one disagree with. The Takbir of Qunoot and Takbiratul Eidain, everyone does Takbiratul Eidain, is a Takbir of Qunoot. Now this hadith, it has more than one problem. The firstly, it comes from Ibn Abi Layla. Secondly, he narrates it from Ibn Abbas. And we know from Ibn Abbas, other Sahih narrations, that he used to do Rafa Yadain after Ruku. Okay? So this hadith may not be acceptable for more than one reason. But nevertheless, the mention of Takbir of Qunoot is there. But Takbir of Qunoot has been mentioned from Sahih narrations as well. For example, in correct narrations from Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abdul Razzaq in his Musannaf, and Imam Tahawi in Sharh Ma'ani al-Athar, and Ibn Abi Shayba, and other people have narrated it. For example, from Tariq bin Shihab, he said, أنه صلى خلف عمر بن خطاب الفجر. He prayed Fajr behind Umar bin Khattab. فلما فرغ من القراءة, when he finished the قراءة, كبر ثم قنت. He did takbir and then he did qunut. ثم كبر ثم ركع. Then he did takbir and he did. So the idea of takbir for qunut is you can find in Sahih Hadith. It's not that just because it's not in Bukhari and Muslim, don't be too harsh. And sometimes it is worth looking other. And to be honest, it is also Sahih narration from Al-Aswad, from Ibn Mas'ud, that he used to raise hands for takbir before qunut. And because Ibn Mas'ud, he is the main source of fiqh. Ibn Mas'ud is from the Afqah Sahaba, and he is the main source of fiqh of Ahnaf, because they are from Kufa and that's where he was. And Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu went there, and Ibn Mas'ud went there, and you see their fiqh is more apparent in the Hanafi madhab. So Ibn Mas'ud, he used to do it, so Ahnaf they took from him and they do it. And there are Sahih narrations for that as well. Only because I'm spending more time on it, because I saw someone saying that there is no dalil for it. I think it is a bit unfair. Maybe there's no dalil for it in Bukhari and Muslim. Because every Ramadan someone has a problem with it. Maybe you have a problem with it because you have never heard of it. But now you heard of it, so you won't have a problem with it, inshallah. Okay, that's the second bit done.